Let's come now to Prime Minister Modi, who despite being in power for 9.5 years, has the highest approval ratings of any leader globally. You look at that Morning Consult tracker, it almost seems as if Prime Minister Modi is in his own zone and everybody else is playing a different kind of game, including someone like Joe Biden, who has been in power for just for about 4 years. So A, what explains his abiding popularity? Do you think this stays till the time Prime Minister Modi is around, or do you think it's almost impossible to say for sure and this could potentially change as well?
Rahul, I watched a program where you presented the same data to some panelists there, and some of the psephologists in your show say it shows this, that. It shows nothing. If you are a powerful leader of a big democratic setup as big as India, definitely you would have, the approval rating, part of it reflected in the global surveys as well. But I wouldn't draw any meaningful conclusion that how much his rating is outside India. If you remember, just for your viewers to recall, Mikhail Gorbachev was given a Nobel Prize, and the same year he was thrown out of the USSR at that time. As the country was disintegrating, he was the global leader. He was appearing as the global leader, messenger of peace and somebody who can change the world order. And he was thrown out in USSR. And I think Mr. Modi would know it better than anybody else, all of us, that these global ratings means nothing. His ratings in India is something which you should take note of. Yes, he has been popular, but it has got to do with both. One, he has been popular. Second, he has not had the challenger who can, put a counter narrative, or who can put the effort, who appears to be putting the effort to challenge Mr. Modi. I'm sure if you get somebody else who puts 5 years, the same Modi with the same strength, same strategy, would have a much lower rating than what he has today. A lot of people, I can tell you with my experience, in 2014 when people went to vote for Mr. Modi, a lot of people thought and really believed that this is the man who is going to change India fundamentally, and he is going to transform everything what Indians are suffering from. In 2019, a lot of those people again went and voted for Mr. Modi, but their chatter was, okay, he's trying, at least he's making an effort, he's a hard-working guy, his intent is right, let him give him another 5 years. When this time people will go and vote, what I sense is people are saying, okay, yes, he has not done dramatically very different things, he has not changed everything, but at least he is better than the others. Who is there? Who is better than him? So, the data is already, data and perception is already tilting. It's just that you are not noticing because there is no formidable challenge to him. But there is one data point I want to highlight just to buttress the same point what I have just said. In 2014, if Mr. Modi would have given a call, even in local panchayat elections, people voted on the call of Mr. Modi, the local bodies election, the Vidhan Sabha elections. And that is reflected in, but now I don't think he has got that kind of charisma. It is reflected in the vote, the data, because you're talking about data between 2014 to 2019. In all assembly elections put together, BJP's underperformance was close to 3 percentage points, meaning whatever they got in the Lok Sabha, in Vidhan Sabha, they got 3 percentage points lower. But between 2014 to 19, their underperformance is now high single digit. In many states, the BJP vote share in Lok Sabha versus Vidhan Sabha, their difference is 10-12 percentage point. That is showing that while people are still voting for Mr. Modi, they are not taking his word or his appeal to voters to vote for a political party or a leader as the gospel truth and as something which they want to follow blindly. So his brand and his capability to take vote is already coming down. Data, the beauty is you want to interpret it the way you want to interpret. You can always put it that way. But I see his popularity going down. He is no longer as formidable as he was in 2014. But yes, I still say he is still at the pole position. He still has the lead, primarily because there is no significant anger against him. There is a fatigue, but there is no anger. And more importantly, there is no challenger who is capturing the imagination of people by and large across Hindi heartland.
Now, one of the questions which everybody ponders over but nobody knows for sure is what happens when Prime Minister Modi hits the age of 75. He's often said that once you hit the age of 75, you should retire. However, if he does win his third term, he'd be midway through his third term, and there are conspiracy galore, theories galore in the BJP RSS circles of whether he'll give up what he's doing, head off to Kedarnath or some such place, or whether he'll stay on because he's been voted to power and continue till the end of his term at least. No one knows for sure, but I want to know what you think.
Well, Rahul, you knows it. I know it. The whole India knows it. He's going nowhere. If he wins, he continues to be the Prime Minister. No rules applies to him, not of this kind of rules. So this is like just a, a living room chatter. Sometimes people entertain themselves with this kind of fancy ideas. I do not see Mr. Modi leaving the chair so long he is voted by the people of India.
Okay.
Be it 75 or 80.
How do you see the issue of a post-Modi succession? There's a lot of chatter. You spoke about drawing room conversations, etc. How do you see that potentially play out?
Well, on succession, nobody can make a second guess. All of you, whole of India, all your pundits, surveyors, political analysts could not predict the succession in the states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. How do you expect any one of us to have an idea of who is going to succeed Mr. Modi? First of all, it's a little bit too premature. But one thing one can say for sure is the directionally which side it's going. If you look at, and for that you don't need to be a political analyst, just look at the BJP's leadership trajectory over last 20 years. It was Vajpayee and Mr. Advani. Vajpayee as a liberal face, Advani as a conservative face or hardliner. Then it became Mr. Advani and Mr. Modi. Now it is Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. So directionally they are becoming a bit more closer to what they claim and they have their ideology is. So I see somebody, whoever replaces Mr. Modi, would appear to the large section of society a much more hardliner Hindutvadi than what Mr. Modi is.
Interesting. You're saying
the direction is very clear in my mind. That is where we are going.
You're saying that it seems certain from your perspective that whoever comes is likely to be more hardline, more pro-Hindutva than Prime Minister Modi. That's your sense?
Not sense. I can say this with all conviction at my command. This is going to be the trajectory. I do not see BJP having anyone in the leadership position of the party who would appear to be more liberal than what Mr. Modi is.